Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to start out this video by saying thank you for the support over the past couple of days on the channel. You guys have really been enjoying the story videos, campaign videos, everything like that. So thank you for the support. You guys hitting that like button really does help out the channel. And if you want to continue, it's always appreciated on the videos. Today's video is something a little bit different. Today, we are going to be diving into the story of Modern Warfare 2. However, we're going to be looking at the small details in the game, specifically a whole bunch of Easter eggs pertaining to previous Call of Duty games. There are a ton of Easter eggs, and I'm definitely not going to cover all of them that are in the campaign in this video. However, the ones that I am going to cover are the ones that relate to the story of previous Call of Duty games, previous Modern Warfare games, and some other games as well. I think you guys will really enjoy it, and if you do enjoy these type of videos, let me know by hitting that like button, and then leave some other Easter eggs that you have found or that you saw in the campaign down in the comments, and maybe we'll do a future video if you guys enjoy this type of thing. All of these today pertain to previous Call of Duty games. You'll see what I mean once we dive into it. There's a lot to go over. I think we have at least 12 different ones in this video. So without further ado, let's dive into it. So our first couple of Easter eggs come from what I think is one of the most beautiful missions in any Call of Duty game. It's the Amsterdam mission. When you go out on the street, I could not believe how beautiful this actually looked. It was a very short mission, but damn did it look good. Now, as far as this goes, there's two different Easter eggs on this little short mission. The first of which is if you go down the first street all the way to the end, right before you leave the mission, you will find a little shop off to the side for Burger Town. Now, Burger Town originally got implemented into the Modern Warfare universe in Modern Warfare 2, with Burger Town being a mainstay and one of the main locations in one of the missions. Ever since then, we have seen Burger Town in various different Call of Duty games, and not just in the Modern Warfare universe, even in the Black Ops universe as well. So to see it return in Modern Warfare 2, there should be absolutely no surprise there. The second one on this mission, if you go a little bit further into the mission, you can find yourself at a bike shop. If you go into this bike shop, there's really not too much special there, but you can see a couple of football jerseys. And one of them is for the Verdansk FC, or football club. And we saw this on the Warzone map on Verdansk. There was a season dedicated to it when the stadium opened. And once again, the Verdansk football club returns on this t-shirt within Modern Warfare 2. The next couple that we're going to look at here are a couple of famous voice lines from previous Modern Warfare games. Now, the first one's hidden a little bit because it's not in English. In the mission El Sinombre, you go in as Soap McTavish, kind of undercover, and one of the first people you talk to is a character by the name of Diego. And when you do, he asks you what your name is, and you say Soap. This is how he responds.
¿Quién verga se llama Jabón?
What kind of name is Soap? Does that sound familiar? Because it should.
What the hell kind of name is Soap, eh?
Now this Easter egg continues because on the last mission of the campaign, you play as Soap and you're alongside Captain Price. When you go into a room, you have a couple of flashbangs. If you throw them at Captain Price, eventually he will say this. And yeah, it should sound familiar.
How'd a muppet like you pass selection?
How'd a muppet like you pass selection?
Now, while we're talking about Price, there's another Easter egg to go along with this. In the mission Ghost Team, where they break back into the facility, there is a passcode to get into some of the different rooms. This passcode, as they say, is this.
Yes, we're moving interior on me.
What's the code?
627. Let's hope it still works.
Now, in the original Modern Warfare 2, in one of the missions, you go in to save a prisoner from a gulag. Now, we don't know much about this prisoner at the time, other than the prisoner number, which is 627. And we all know who this prisoner ends up being. So yes, prisoner 627 is none other than Captain Price, and it was kind of cool to see them bring this back with just a simple number. Another famous Captain Price line makes an appearance in the prison break mission. In the very end of it, as they are going back over the wall, Captain Price has this to say.
Down the wall! We are leaving!
Now that should sound pretty familiar all the way back from Call of Duty 4 when he says this.
The ship's sinking! We've got to go! Now!
Come in, damn it!
Big Bird, this is Bravo 6. We're on our way out! On your feet, soldier! We are leaving!
Now, speaking of Call of Duty 4, one of the most iconic missions was All Gillied Up. Now, what is interesting about this mission is Captain Price is with his mentor, Captain McMillan, and in it, he's kind of showing him the ropes and how to do this kind of stealthy combat. And in it, they're hiding from some soldiers when he says this.
try to anticipate their paths. If you have to maneuver, do it slow and steady. No quick movements.
Now, similarly, in Modern Warfare 2, there is a mission that is extremely similar, but this time it is Captain Price showing Gaz the ropes. And in doing so, there's a very similar scene where soldiers are walking by them, they are hiding, and this is what Captain Price has to say.
Try to anticipate the paths. If you have to maneuver, do it slow and steady.
Which is the exact same advice Captain Macmillan gave to Price back in Pripyat. Now, similarly on this mission, Recon by Fire, there is a part right at the beginning where if you go in guns a-blazing, Captain Price has some things, and some very heartfelt things, to say to Gaz.
Not bad, Sergeant. A long way from your days on the police force. Let's keep moving.
That wasn't for me.
I knew that the moment I saw you in Piccadilly Circus.
Thank you, sir.
So this is referring to the moment back in Modern Warfare 2019 when Captain Price recruited Gaz. They were in the terrorist attack at Piccadilly Circus, and he saw how Captain Price and Gaz operated together, and he said, this police force isn't for you, you have bigger things to do with your life. So it's kind of heartwarming to see Price bring that back up. Another moment between Price and Gaz happens at the very end of the game. When they go to put a snake cam underneath the door, it explodes, and we have this exchange between Gaz and Price.
You broken? I'm good. Go, you got this.
Now this may sound familiar because if we go back to the Piccadilly Circus mission, this is an exchange between Captain Price and Gaz back then, switching roles.
You broken?
I'm good.
The next one we have here is during the crazy car chase mission, where they say this.
You might have to ramp through.
Crash it! Kill as many as you can.
Shock and awe.
Now, this refers to the shock and awe mission within Call of Duty 4, or the first Modern Warfare, but it actually has a little bit more of a meaning than this, especially with Gaz saying it, because we also see this in Modern Warfare 2019, but from Captain Price.
Hey, it's a checkpoint.
For us.
What is there a difference?
Road's blocked. What's the plan?
Shock and awe.
What if they don't move?
That all hell's gonna break loose.
3 seconds.
There's plenty of time.
Another similar mission to Call of Duty 4 is the AC-130 mission, and there's an Easter egg here as well when they are referring to the church.
Those cartels do not fire on the church. Civilians may be interned.
We see the exact same thing as this right back in Call of Duty 4 as well.
Copy. You are cleared to engage the moving vehicle and any personnel around you see.
Affirmative. Crew, you are cleared to engage, but do not fire on the church.
Hot damn!
The next one we have is right at the end of the campaign. We find out that they are shooting a ballistic missile at Washington, D.C. And there's a lot of people in Washington, D.C. I think upwards of 600,000. But for some reason, they say this.
That's the Pentagon.
He's going for Shepard.
No, Shepard's gone.
Yeah, well, there's 30,000 people who aren't. Finish it.
Now, 30,000 might seem like a really weird number, but go back to Modern Warfare 2 and listen to General Shepard say this.
I lost 30,000 men in the blink of an eye. And the world just fucking watched.
So that may make a little bit more sense now. Now, the last one here is probably the darkest. After Soap and Ghost find out that General Shepard screwed them and Task Force 141 over, this is what Ghost says to Soap.
Here it goes. Shepard burned us.
Shepard burned us. Now, they could have chose any character to say that line, but they specifically chose Ghost. And if you remember back to the original Modern Warfare 2, well, quite literally, Shepard burned Ghost. Literally. So those are all the Easter eggs and references to older Call of Duty games. There's a lot of them. I'm sure I missed some, so if I did, feel free to let me know down in the comments. Maybe we'll do another video like this in the coming days or weeks. If you guys enjoy it, hit that like button. If you like what you see, like the story videos, be sure to subscribe and have notifications on, and let me know what you think down in the comments. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars.